right. Speaking of North Carolina, that state's Governor Pat McCrory joins us live. Good morning to you, Governor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. You're not undecided when it comes to how you're going to vote. For the folks down in North Carolina, what are the big issues that they're going to be choosing today?
Jobs in the economy and education. When I came to office 4 years ago, we had the 5th highest unemployment rate in the country, 9.4% unemployment. We've lowered to 4.7%. We've given teacher pay raises, and we paid off a $2.6 billion debt that we owed for unemployment. Now we have a $2 billion reserve. So the economic numbers are very much in our advantage, and we're very pleased with that.
I know half of Long Island has left to go to North Carolina, so I understand it's very desirable and it's an up-and-coming city. But believe it or not, Governor, it seems as though the #1 story in North Carolina with you is this whole bathroom bill. Even though the percentages say most people agree with you, you've taken a beating on it. Why?
Well, I think that they're trying to take away the attention from our economic success, our education success. So everything the liberals are trying to do is actually trying to deflect the attention away to social issues and deflect in a very misleading way, because it's the liberals that brought up the social bathroom restroom issue, which changes the basic norms of our country and of North Carolina. But I think the economic, the job numbers are coming through, and you can tell it by the turnout. Right now, the early voting turnout is working to our advantage and to Richard Burr's advantage and to Donald Trump's advantage. The passion for Hillary Clinton is not there in early voting whatsoever in comparison to the Barack Obama numbers of 2012.
Now, Governor, we have a source that's telling us there are some plans by North Carolina Democrats to keep the polls open in some of the Democratic precincts, some of the Democratic counties, past their closing times, and they're able to do this through a FEMA loophole because of if you have some flood damage in your area. And I know that the state of North Carolina, a lot of your state was underwater. So if there was flood damage in that area, they can keep the polls open. From
Hurricane Matthew?
Yeah. Is that true? Is there any truth to this?
I'm not aware of that, but we did extend voter registration and other early voting in some of see, we've had early voting. North Carolina has some of the most liberal early voting laws in the United States of America. It is Hillary Clinton's state of New York that doesn't have early voting. So when President Obama came to North Carolina and accused North Carolina of having all this restrictive voting, it was not the truth, and it was very discouraging to hear the president come into our state and mislead the people of the nation and of our state on early voting.
Are you okay with that? Because early voting, it benefited Hillary in many of the states because people could go to the polls before all the stuff happened with the FBI and with WikiLeaks.
Well, actually, it didn't benefit her in North Carolina. The turnout models for North Carolina are working against Hillary Clinton at this point in time, and so we're very pleased with the turnout. We've got more independents voting, more Republicans voting, and fewer Democrats voting in early voting in North Carolina. Today's the difference, though, between 6:30 and 7:30 right here in North Carolina.
The polls found that she was actually underperforming Barack Obama 4 years ago. Governor, I got to ask you, today the big question across the country is who the next president will be. Donald Trump is your party's standard bearer. Has he helped or hurt you in your quest for another term as governor of North Carolina?
I think we're actually seeing another vote come out that typically hasn't voted. I think what you're seeing with Hillary, last night she had a rally with Bon Jovi and Lady Gaga. She's getting the kind of the elite to vote for her, offering free university education. I think Mr. Trump and myself and Richard Burr are getting the hardworking men and women of North Carolina to get out and vote, and many of them are voting that haven't voted in the past. So we're going to find out late tonight in North Carolina.
Do you believe that in the end, I know you're neck and neck with Attorney General Roy Cooper for getting another 4 years of this job. Do you believe in the end that PayPal not coming with jobs, the NCAA pulling out, the NBA All-Star Game pulling out, ultimately, if you are to lose, that would be to blame? And if so, does that anger you?
No, not whatsoever, because the statistic, that's a blimp right now. We've got 300,000 new jobs in North Carolina since I've come into office, 300,000 new private sector jobs. And by the way, Lady Gaga came last night. She didn't have any problem coming to North Carolina, so there's a little bit of a hypocrisy there.
All right. Governor Pat McCrory, who is running on his record of jobs and benefits to the people of North Carolina. Sir, thank you very much.
Say hello to all Brian's people down there.
Long
Islanders, take it over.
I will do that. Thank you.
They left the traffic, so that really ticks me off. But that's one of the most intriguing. Thanks so much, Governor. One of the most intriguing races tonight we'll be looking at is to see who the next governor of North Carolina is.